If I can get my stuff off here. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, everyone, and happy Saturday. This is not my normal time to do a live, but I wanted to squeeze this one in on that first Saturday of the year. Because I normally do my scrappy shorts that I hit out just as a pre-recorded in my series. So hopefully you guys can hear me. I did a little test of everything and I thought I had some volume. So give me a thumbs up or something if you can hear me. Or throw a chat in if you can't hear me and I'm just talking to myself. But Linda, I will be lurking too and getting lots of stuff done. So yeah, I have the same kind of Saturday. I'm doing this early for that reason. We got a dinner party this evening and got some errands to run and things to prep. So doing the same thing after today or after this. So not my normal time. Instead of doing my scrappy short, I thought I would go live for my first scrappy short of 2025. And partially, I have a lot of scraps I got to eat through, and I thought it would be fun to try to do like a little amazing race. I've prepped a tiny bit. By prep, I mean I've gone on Pinterest and got some ideas, but not that I may stick to them or not. So we're just gonna wing this and kind of show you what I do when I look at my scraps. So I have prepared. I've got my stuff out. So I've got my scraps out. I've got my scraps over here. Got my splatter box ready. I've got some dies and some sentiments ready. Just by ready, I mean they're sitting out in the package. I have not pre-stamped anything. If I have, it's because I've made it for another video or I've prepped it for something else. So we're just gonna wing it. So welcome. Quick couple housekeeping things before we go down to the down cam and get started and see what we're gonna try to make. Linda, I can hear you, so thank you, thank you. This is my first live for Scrappy Shorts. I may do more, but I want to announce I have next Thursday the 9th, I have invited Biddy Penny onto my live Thursday evening the 9th at 7 p.m. I am so excited. I can't even stand it. She has accepted. So we're doing a live on her new papers that she's released. I don't have any of them yet, but I have the Queen's paper, and I'm going to use the Queen's paper. And I wanted to play with it, and I invited her saying, hey, I was going to do a live anyway on your Queen's paper, and now that you have this new stuff out, do you want to come to my live? So she's going to be live with me Thursday the 9th at 7 p.m. So you got to come check us out at, next Thursday. Lastly, Anthony's Papercraft. One last plug here for him too. He is going out of business. He still has some stock left. So if you're interested in any stock, it is now 60% off. You get another 10% off that 50% with his code AAPC, and it'll get you to 60%. So he's got some great stuff out there. That is super cheap. That is like majorly cheap. So head on over to his website, anthonyspapercraft.com. Grab yourself some stuff. The paper is amazing. He's got a ton of paper left, I know. So get yourself some paper. And then today, no, and I have no affiliates with Anthony Paperscraft for commission or anything. So it's just my telling you that it's out there, and I'm wrapping up my design team stuff for him. So lastly, no affiliates today. I'm just grabbing stuff, and I just used her new paper on Craft Roulette last night. That paper is amazing. I started watching it, and then I fell asleep. So I'm going to have to go back and finish watching the Craft Roulette from last night and hopefully get a card in there. It is amazing. The colors are just intense, and I love that stuff. So I can't wait to dig on that Queen's paper. I've had it sitting here for a while. And now that she's released her new stuff, I've said, oh my God, I got to do something with the Queen's paper. So Thursday at 7. No affiliates today. I'm just grabbing what I want to grab. I have a whole bunch of new stuff that I may try and grab. So here's the goal. My goal is to dig through this and try to make some cards and just throw some stuff together. I've got some templates maybe that I want to use that I've kind of just did some pre-research on Pinterest, but we're just going to go for it. So let me show you. I'm going to go to the down camera, show you my templates and my goal, and then we're going to search in these buckets. I have this bucket. I have 2 buckets here, and I want to explain these buckets as I dig through them because you're going to be seeing them. So I'm going to go down to my down cam and just kind of show you everything here. All right. Okay, so this is my normal scrap bucket I use on those scrappy shorts. I have like 4 buckets in my drawer underneath here that have all the strips and the colored papers and all that stuff for scraps. That's below, and these are my like scraps from like ink blending, and you know, these were made from some fun fold cards. Some of my live stuff is in here, you know, that kind of stuff. This one here is from when I gut my matte layers, and then I save all of these pieces, right? So I gut the matting layer so I can use the middles and save those. I just got these out in case I need them, not necessarily scrap. This scrap bucket is my cards that I've started to make and haven't finished, or I made something thinking that's going to be a great panel. This was done on a recent YouTube live, and then I just threw it in here because I'm like, I can use this to make a full card. I just haven't finished it. Most of these are YouTube live stuff. These I had made a while back, not on a live. I was one of my first test runs of some mixed media, and when I first got the distress sprays, but I'm not going to use. I know these are easy to make, so I'm not going to. But I may grab something from this. Just calling it up. Okay. Here's the templates, all right? Welcome, everybody. I see a couple more popping in, so thank you for hanging with me on Saturday morning. Grab your coffee, grab your scrap bucket if you want to, you know, play along and do some cards. By all means, just kind of chilling. So the first one, and let me zoom in. I want to try to do this one. I recently saw a video. I can't remember if it was on TikTok or what it was, but these are just cut out circles made into flowers, couple strips and a sentiment. And I thought, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, can throw that together quick. So I grabbed some paper punches, because this person did it out of a paper punch. I didn't write down the name of who this one was, and I should have to give them full credit. So these are not my ideas, but I'm just following some templates and seeing if I have stuff to fit. If not, I've got some panel things in here. I might just throw some panels and a sentiment. We'll see. So I figured it'd be fun to cut these out with my paper punches that I have, and I just have little like emblem-y star ones. I don't have full circles, but I do have die cuts. But I'm just going to make this easy and punch them. So they had 4 flowers, all the same color. They were all white with a middle thing. I think they ink blended the edges. I'm just going to see what I have in here. So these may not be matchy-matchy. I don't care. These are scraps, right? I thought this would be cool as a get well or a positive because of the flowers. Like I have this positive set that I bought from Simon Says Stamp that I love. So let's just see what I got in here to make these flowers. And I'm just going to get some of this out because, ooh, this one would be great. So we're going to grab that one. I want more matte, you know, I don't need matchy-matchy, but I want good colors. I know this one might be a card today because that's been in there for a while. That's too fall-like. This one, I could get a couple out of this one to make a flower out of. And then, let's see. I've had this one, but it's cream, and I could make them all. I wonder if I could get 1, 2, 3. What did I say I need? 4 times 12. I don't think I can get 12 out of there. I could maybe make 1 full flower out of that one. We'll see. Pull that one out. The butterfly would be cool. That one would be cool, but that would be a great background. We're going to keep that one out maybe for today. Oh, this one, I could get 3 punches out of that and have some those go through 3 of the flowers. Oh, this one maybe. I've had this one for a while. This was Nancy's Papercraft String Art. I've been wanting to use this. I'm going to use this one because the colors got kind of weird, and then I was like, I can't figure out what else I want to use it for. Every time I want to do a scrappy short, I can't figure out what to use it for. I'm going to use this one because it's been sitting in here for a while. I might use the edges of this one. This was some scrap where I oversprayed, but we might use the edge of that one maybe. And I'm literally, you guys just dig in to see what I have and what will work. I might throw these in there. This was another one I tried to color and then it started bleeding on me and I gave up, but I hole punched it for something else. I'm gonna hole punch that one. Ooh, this one. Okay, I think I've got enough. This one, I tried to do a light gray and then do this strips and things, but my stamps got kind of weird in the middle here, if you can see it. This is perfect. Okay, let's do this. Now, I got a little hole, I don't know if I can pick it up here, a die cut to do the middle because I didn't have a small enough circle punch. I just can't pick it up. So I have this. I'll die cut out the middle. So I'll get 4 middles off of this. All right. I can already tell this is going to get messy today if I start whipping out scraps and laying them all over. But that's okay. I have a very clean craft room. I did some cleaning before New Year to try to get it just, you know. And this, oh, I forgot to show you this. This is new. During my cleaning for the New Year, good, I have that stamp, but haven't used it yet. Oh, yeah, that was the one stamp I had a hard time trying to figure. Are you talking about the string art? That string art, I had a hard time trying to figure out what to do a lot, besides coloring it in. I tried to do it a couple times as my background. I put a thing in the middle, but I just couldn't make it work. Those were tough stamps for me to design. So this one is the result of cleaning my craft room, and I had these buckets and little things all over, of trays of stuff all over. So I've collected all of them. So I had a big, huge thing of backgrounds. I had these backgrounds all over the place. So I've just put them in these clear envelopes. I get these on Amazon. I'd made some tulip things that I had a whole bunch of extra tulips. I had a bunch, these are for my Etsy things. I have all these flowers and greenery extras of. I did a video of cutting out greenery, so I have those left. And now for my mixed media stuff, I've started pulling off, like these are stamps and mail things. Miscellaneous. I got a bunch of miscellaneous, like circles and cutout things and some stuff from design cards and some cards that I made that I had extras of. So I pulled this out in case I need it. Just wanted to call it. But this is a great way to organize, is just to throw stuff in these. Okay, let's do some circles. I'm going to go, I think, this bigger circle because I have that die that this one's a little too small, I think. So I want to use this one for sure. So we're just going to start. I don't care if I get edges of white and stuff on this. The point is, these are to look a little more scrapbooky. So, ooh, these are big. Let me try this one, because that's like a full flower. It's going to have to be this one. Oh yeah, this one. I think that'll work. I don't know if that's going to be. Hang on, I might need a smaller one. Let me just see. I don't know if I need something smaller or not. I think that's the same size, but let's try. Otherwise, we may have to go to the circle dies. All right. Let me just try this one. This one might be a little, this one's smaller. Oh, it's going to have to be this one, because these are a little too big to fit, I think, on my full card. I thought this was going to be too small when I looked at it. So 2, 3. I'm going to leave just 3 of that one. I definitely want to use up this one and this one. I'm going to try to do, we might make this matchy-matchy and use up all these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll cut this off. Yeah, we're going to go all this one, because I've had this one for so long and I've never been able to figure out what to do with it. So I'm going to use up this one. These were great options, but save them for another day. 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I'm not going to save that now. I'm just going to throw that. Look at that, cleaning out that bucket already. A couple more of you in, so welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, now what they did on this video is took these circles, overlapped them, and then the last one or two, they kind of interlocked and just stayed in place. I'm probably not going to be able to figure that out, but I can at least glue it together, right? Okay, and I want to do one more thing before I do this, just because we're going to add a little shimmer to these. I'm just going to jazz these up just a tiny bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Did I miss 2? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, and I need 12, right? Do I have enough? Let's see. 10, 11, and 12, and I might be able to overlap these edges that you won't even see that it's not a full circle. I'm going to add a little shimmer, and I've got the new Distress Shimmers, and let's just see, because I've got some greens in there, but we've got, I know the Tattered Rose that I've been using a ton of. gives it just a nice little gold shimmer. I wonder if squeezed lemonade will work. So these are the new Distress Spritz that I've just fallen in love with. And so it's the Tattered Rose gives it just a little like goldeny champagne-y shimmer. And it should be right up front because I've used it so dang much. I'm going to try a little squeezed lemonade just to give it a little something. If not, we're going to go mica. Because I did get some micas recently as well. And we're just going to get out the tarnish. No. I'm going to throw a little. Let's see, we'll get a little silver. Try squeezed lemonade here first. Get all that shook up nice and good. Yeah, Cordelia, that string heart, those were tough. Oh, this adds just enough that I can still see that color behind it. Yeah. Gives them just a little shimmer and a little something extra. That's the thing about scraps. Even though you're using your scraps and it is what it is, I always try to, like, if I didn't like it the first time, I'm reusing it, but now I can reuse it and I can still jazz them up, right? We can still add, I could still marker something like florals, I could still add some shading to something. But at the time that I turned it into a scrap, I wasn't feeling inspired, so that's why they ended up in that scrap bucket. All right, so we're going to dry this and assemble and grab some strips. This spritz and shimmers and stuff, they dry pretty quick, so. Yeah, pretty much already dry. So I know some of you are hanging out and cooking. What else do we got planned for the weekend? Like I said, we have a dinner party this evening, some friends / ex-coworkers and a little mix of some people. And it's funny, the last time we had this same group over, we kind of went all out. We did prime rib and I think we had grilled asparagus or something in there. And then we were debating if we were going to do this, one of our favorite dishes with risotto and pork, rolled pork thing. And last time everyone's like, you guys did too much, it was too fancy. They're kind of a no frills group, which we are too typically, but when we throw a party, we kind of like to do a little something because we never do a whole lot. So tonight we're just doing lasagna, a salad, dessert, and this time we spread it out, so we're having people bring some stuff because we're like, let's just make this easy. They can come before, we'll have, a little pre-cocktail and appetizer and make this easy, so. Vacuum and then craft. That's the perfect Saturday right there. All right, so all we do is I'm just going to start gluing these together, and it just ends up being kind of a circular kind of pattern, and you alternate. So that one was over, this one's going to go under and kind of tuck under, so they all kind of connect here now in the middle. Okay, like so, and then this last one has to go. It goes under again, so it's like a pinwheel. I guess is the best way to, as I'm putting this together, now I'm like, oh, it's a pinwheel. It's essentially a pinwheel. And theirs was probably a little bit more even than mine, but. All right, set that over to dry. We'll assemble these other 4. And this seems like, already seems like a relatively easy card, because now I'm just, you add strips and a sentiment and we're done, All right, so I'm just pinwheeling these around. I do think we have to make a little Costco run, which generally is not my favorite thing to do on the planet, but it is after New Year's, so hopefully it's not as insane. It's just not my favorite place to go on the planet. So That is one place where you're going to get me frustrated and get me out of this crowd real quick if it's busy. I just hate it when people get so pushy and like, get out of my way, and like, it just, drives me batty. Look at that. I am short, aren't I? I am short. So I'm going to actually mix this up with two other ones. We're going to keep that same pattern. What I counted. You guys, 12 right there, and I needed 16. If I could do simple math, I would be in business. So, all right, let's just grab. I'm going to jazz this one up a little bit and add some spritz to it so it kind of matches. I don't want oxides, but we're going to go with, we're going to switch this up just a little bit. And this is the thing. Right now I'm switching gears here, and I'm just adding a little extra color. All right, good enough on that. I'm gonna make 2 more because then I'll do 2 and 2. And that way I got a little bit more balance to the card to do that. And then I think for my strips, I have a bunch of strips already made from all these extra strips. I was gonna cut maybe some strips if I had to cut strips with these new die cuts. But I might just grab what I have that matches and glue them on. I mean, you know. Bucky's. Okay, I got it. Okay, yes, I agree with you. Probably if I do it once, then it's going to be a one and done. Because that, I've seen pictures of the parking lot. I've heard nightmares. I mean, I have friends that love it. I have a coworker that loves it. Stops there almost every day. He drives quite a ways from work and drives by Bucky. Brings in all this Bucky's stuff and sweets and It's got to be really special. I've got to have a really favorite something to go in and out of Buc-ee's all the time. I've heard good things about Buc-ee's though. That's the thing. Like I'm gonna have to check it out. I do know that. Like I will check it out. Yeah, same. I know a lot of people that love. Kendra's card challenge. Okay. I just watched everybody's videos. I've been inquiring Elizabeth Costa Rogers about it a while back because it's been intriguing to me, and I got hooked on craft roulette, and I think I'm jumping in. I think I'm jumping in on Kendra's card challenge this quarter. I may not, depending on how much time it takes, I may make some videos of it that I've seen other people do videos of their cards. We'll see. But I think I'm going to have to jump in. It looks really fun to me. And then the prizes alone, yeah, I think I'm going to have to give it a try. What's your experience on it, Cordelia? I mean, has it been fun? Has it been hard? Has it been... I like the fact the more that I watch the videos of everybody explaining it, like Tracy and everybody that are the design team, that it isn't... It's not as restrictive as I thought. Because everyone's like, yeah, if you want to switch this element up and do this element, this is the, you know, as long as they can pick out the card that you did. You did after first, I've done, oh gosh, like 16, 15 of them. Holy criminy. So it's good. I'm assuming then that's good. I'm not jazzed about the ones with a lot of diagonals. Yeah, I agree. Especially, I have a tough time figuring out dimension on stuff, and I'm not sure why. I'm not that bad at math, but I do have a hard time sometimes figuring out something that's a little. I try to avoid too many angles and stuff. I'll get better at it. Yeah, it can be addictive. I kind of got that sense, especially watching all of them, and then I was watching some of the comments as I was doing the videos too, like what the people were saying, and I can see that. But I think it's like craft roulette, right? That can get addictive too, you know. Okay, Now, because that die cut is probably too big, I'm going to grab just my 3-ring binder paper cutter. But let's just check. Is this too big to cut out? No, not necessarily. So, okay, let's grab some scraps of colored paper, and we're just gonna go, let's see, do I have like a yellow or a brighter color? Pink, we've got, oh, here we go. Wonderful. All right, so I need 4. That is it. So easy peasy on this one. Scrap from my drawer below, where I've got all my strips of like designer series papers and just colored papers and scraps of 12 by 12. And I'll pull one of them up because we're going to have to get strips out of it anyway. The hard thing about when you do this too is it gets hard to stick to kind of a, like this would be unless you had a ton left over from your holidays. Like it'd be hard to do, oh, I want to do a bunch of scraps of my holiday stuff. If you have that, great. I do not. So now I'm just doing anything that I had. Now I'm tearing that off. That's garbage. This is still my scrap. I don't throw anything away. I'm cheap that way. Okay. This now becomes the center of my flower. Now it's looking a little bit more like a flower. What'd you say, Cordelia? A lot of people do multiple sets, but I'm usually one and done. Once the papers are cut, I will do about 1 card every other day afterward. Oh, like they'll do it all at one time. Yeah, I think I might do, I just saw somebody, like Tracy or somebody, a video coming up 3 to, a couple at a time and doing a video. I could probably do that. My thing, one of my questions was, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I made an extra. One of my questions, I cut all of those, right, 6 by 6s or whatever it is, cut them all up like they're supposed to, and then you pair them up, right? And that's what I use for my cards, because the videos they were using just like a one thing to make a card, but that's probably just for the demo, right? You cut them all, and then you mix them and match them, and that becomes your card, and then whatever elements I add. That's where that's one of the things I was confused on. I think I had figured it out, but all right, I want to show you this really quick too. I pulled out, these are scrap card bases because I'd gotten gunky stuff on them and when I was making cards. So I saved these. So I'm actually going to throw in here just a little matchy paper with a base. So we're going to go, I got oranges and greens. Let's just do, that looks nice. So we're going to do two bases on the inside to cover that up. And actually we're going to do, so I'm going to do 2 of these. So I need 1 for the front. And then, let's see, by 4. And I'll do an easy peasy card next. So that. And then I'm going to go 5 by 4. Oh, that covers it. So I'm doing this. Then we're just going to take, I had scraps of, let's see, where'd they go? I had some white scraps here. So I'm going to do 5 1/8 by 3 7/8 for the front, for the inside. Okay. Nope, that didn't work. That didn't work. Okay, we'll grab another one. Where's my little ring? we'll just go, let's see, 4 and 7/8 by 3 and 5/8. 4 and 7/8 by 3 and 5/8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. So I just want a little something on the inside. So I'm going to layer this for the inside. I'm covering up my damaged inside of my base, right? You got inky fingers, which I tend to do. You don't have to get them all. Some people make each card separately as long as you take the idea from the scale. Oh, so I don't need to just, I don't need to necessarily cut them all, mix and match them like they say. It's just making that card individually. Okay. What do people tend to do? I mean, do you find people are doing a little bit of everything, or do they follow the one by one, or what? Okay, so then we're going to add this to the front. No, just trim that just to, I think it was this one. No, I'm going to make sure I got my size here. So this one I always go 1/8 of an inch less so I don't have hangover on my card. Okay, so this is going to go in the front. Like so. Now I'm going to add my flowers. The flowers were at the top. So the flowers were like this. Okay. I'm not going to, this is just going to be a flat card. I'm going to resist the urge of dimensionals because that's where I always tend to go. And these all ended up slightly different shapes, so I'm just going to kind of turn them and get this a little random kind of feel on it. You have done each way. Okay, good to know. I was just wondering how restrictive I had to be, like, or because I was seeing them do those individual, right? And I was like, is that? I tend to be a rule follower. I shouldn't say tend. I am kind of a rule follower because I want to make sure I do it right. So I was not sure. And the designers were doing it each individual, it looked like, but I just thought maybe that was for demo purposes, you know. Okay, now here's one of my other buckets, with a bunch of strips, and I'm just going to grab some different colored greens to match the green. Orange, I don't need orange because I've got the orange background, but I do have this shiny little piece. Let's see if I've got any strips though. I just want to don't want to cut too much. I could do that. Let's see here. I've got pink, I've got reds, purples. All right, I'm going to add this. We're going to cut a couple strips off of this one because I did that squeezed lemonade, right? And seriously, this is getting to be a mess, and I knew that was going to happen. We're going to cut a couple strips of this. I think 2, because if I do 2 greens and 2 of these, that gives me just enough width. All right, now I'm going to lay these straight across my whole card and cut it right to the card edge. So we're going to go like so. Pardon my head, I'm just making sure I've got it straight here. Okay, alternate with this. This is the thing I like about finding like templates, is follow a template and you've got to have scraps that should work with it, right? Or that are large enough, or modify it. Just I'm just going with the inspiration, you know. All right, let's trim this. Okay. All right, here's card number 1. Let's throw a quick sentiment on here, and I think I'm going to do. Let's see. I think I'm going to do one of these. I'm going to throw on here. Let's see. I think we're going to do. It's going to be okay. And I love this set because this one comes with the die set to cut this out nice and clean. Okay. So we're just going to get out my Misty. We're going to throw this aside. All right. You are my person. Little inspirational, little positivity. And guess what? It's scrap day, so we're going to pull out a scrap piece of white, but not watercolor paper. Scrap of white. All right, and that's perfect size because I can still get a die cut on that. Pick that up. I love strips like this too for sentiments, right? That's why I just don't throw anything away. All right. Oh, a one and done. Look how nice and bright that was. Okay, let's throw this one back. We'll take that off since I'm not really watching anyway. Okay, run this through the die cut. And let's find the right one. You are my person. It's relatively square. I'm thinking it's going to be this one. It looks like this one. It is. That was a pretty good guess. All right. Nope, I don't think it is that one. No, it is not. Oh, let's see, which one? Is that? Nope. Does anybody else have a hard time matching these up sometimes? Not that. Ah, there we go. You always got to find like the one little piece that like looks like it's like the little dip of the pea. All right. Cut that out and tack that on. Put that up on dimensionals though, for sure, for sure. All right. I think I'm going to go to, oh man, that's like the perfect size for the strip I made even too. Okay, there's number one. I could have ink blended around the edge of that or something, but nice and simple. Left room inside to color, or to write. I covered up all my colored pieces, so that's number one. Number two, I want to go back. I had this embossed, yeah, I've had this one. I've had this one for quite some time. And so I thought this would be a good one just to do a nice little base with maybe a floral on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab, I want to jazz it up. So I'm going to ink splatter some watercolors on this one. So we're going to get out that splatter box. I think black. Simple black on this I think is going to be perfect. I have to, oh, hey, look at this. So I tore out, I had glued the bottom piece here to, it was getting mucky and I just tore it off. But look at, here's what I tore off of my splatter box. Are those not going to make cool cards? Like, I'm like, I can't throw that away. So these are going to make awesome backgrounds. I just like, I had to show you because I'm like, okay, that's actually pretty cool. There's a lot of splatter on there. All right, we're going to just do a little black. Watercolors. And throw some splatter up on there. All right. Get this good and wet. Oh, thank you, Cordelia. Or Linda, I'm sorry. Yes. Easy card, too. All right, little. This got a little muted for me. That's why I put it in the scrap bucket, because it just, when I was making something, it wasn't what I wanted, so I started over, but I kept it because I didn't know if I could cut it up and put it into something. But we're going to use this and just jazz this up with a little black. Like so. I have pink and green, and I don't have light blue. I think the blue, though, oh, I do have, let's see if I got one that matches. Ooh, that one looks good. So I'll cut that as my back base. Again, scrap. Goal is to use as much scrap as possible. Okay. So I'm going to use this as my base, so we're just going to go to that 5.5 and 4 1/4. And I think this one would be fun to do a big floral on. So let's just see what I have over here. That I don't think I pulled any big florals, but let's just see. Okay. I didn't even measure this. I should have measured the top layer here to see if it was the right. It looked like a full card panel. Almost there. So it's just slightly uneven, but I don't think enough that anybody's going to care. So we're just going to weight that down. I'm going to grab, let's see, I have a whole bunch of new stuff, but let me grab a bigger floral that I just recently bought. Let's see what I have here. I have 2 buckets of new stuff that I bought a ton of when I went shopping over Black Friday and all this stuff. Ooh, here's one. Let's see if I've got a Gina K one. I'm just going to use something new that I can die cut out, preferably, to make it easy peasy, right? Let's see if I've got a floral to die cut. I know. Ulta New. I've got a couple Ulta News. So let's just see what I have for a new Ulta New to die cut out. After we just make a simple stamp of it. Stand by. Be right back. Okay, this set I have been waiting to use. This is the Hero Arts from Stamptember, the Celebrate set. And I'm going to pull out this one that looks very similar to my background. And I'm just going to stamp this black and white. And maybe add a little extra color to it. But again, I got a little tiny splatter on this piece. So then we'll, guess what? We'll just make that blend and splatter it all. So again, I'm using scraps, but I'm also modifying these just slightly to add to my scraps. All right. Let's just die cut that out. I haven't ever used this set yet. I mean, it's even like everything's like still stuck and attached and everything. So I have been dying to watercolor these and Prismacolor with my colored pencils because the florals, I mean, look how simple these florals are. I think these are going to be fun to jazz up. Linda, I may have to use your idea for BP papers for my craft roulette. Yes, I know. I was thinking the same thing now that because I got to see what the parameters were. I don't even remember what the parameters were last night because I'm thinking at that Queen's paper, and I bought another something from her. So I'm thinking something bitty penny would be awesome if I could make it fit in the parameters. Now I got to go back and see what the parameters were. I'd love to see what you did, Cordelia, to see how it fit in the parameters. All right, what are we doing for time? So we're at 45 and 2 cards. I got a little ambitious, I think, 3 to 5 cards, but I can squeeze 3 in here for sure. Maybe 5 if I keep them this simple. So let's just see what I had for scraps. And look at that. So this was a scrap. Can't even see it on that side, right? All right, before I lose this, at least I'm going to throw this back in here so I don't lose it. All right, same thing. I'm going to splatter this one. But before I do that, let's just look at this card. Okay? Oh, you know what? I'm not going to splatter that. Too much. I got busy here, simple there. That's where we're going to leave that one. This is what I do. I tend to overdo sometimes, you know? This card, I'm wondering if I should just do birthday, or I have these. And I think that'll look good. There's white in here. There's white ones. And keep it, we'll go black and white. First, hi Cordelia. Oh, Mommy Guide, thank you for coming in and welcome. Appreciate you stopping by. Do you want to see Mommy Guide? So you don't have to go through the whole replay. Here's card number 1, all from scraps. We're doing all scraps today, and I'm working on card number 2. So I think my heart is with you, wishing you the best day ever. Just for you, I admire. Are you a kind soul? Sending love and light. Somebody, what do you guys think? My heart is I think I'm gonna go. Just for you. Nah, no, I want something longer. Somebody loves you. We're gonna go. Somebody loves you. Okay. So let's cut these out. These, if you don't have any of these, I suggest getting some. I got these off of Simon Says Stamp. They are nice and thick. I was shaking it because they're nice and thick. And I have never bought a pack of these until just recently, and I love them. I've already used them a couple times. Thank you, Mommy Guide. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate that. Okay, I said something you. Somebody loves you. Okay, so line this up. Look how easy these are to cut and line up because they're in such a straight line. As long as you line up your cutting line, you're golden. There. Now I need to cut out this whole row of U's and not sheep, the word U. If you're just popping in, I announced at the beginning I'm going live with Bitty Penny next Thursday the 9th. Crazy excited. We're going to be doing all those new papers that we were just talking about. So I am over the moon ecstatic to work with her on doing a live. So we're going to have fun, and we're going to make some pretty cool cards, I have a feeling, with her new stuff. And I'm using the Queen's paper, by the way. Okay, let's throw this on a card base. Again, I had card bases that got gunky on them. This one, you can see I got something smudged on the front in white, and so I put it in the scrap. So let's just glue this base down first. Scrap. Plus I had cut something else out of it, but then I got something on it. So this is covering up my white smush on the front. And you'll see, I always cut my card bases 1/8 of an inch less than the card itself, because I don't like things going to the edge. I like a trim, just a sliver trim of white. I just call that out every time so that people don't think I undercut. Okay, we're going to add to the leaves. So I'm popping this up on dimensionals so that this pops up off that card. We're going to try to squeeze at least a third card out of this, if we can, before we call it a morning. All right. One more little piece here. My weight, if anybody's curious, I think I did a video on this a while back, but my weight is a piece of stone from when we had our pool done this summer, and I went dumpster diving because I thought all these scraps of stone would be awesome for weights on my cards, and they are, because they're dang heavy. So they flatten them out real nice, especially if something's still wet, and then I flatten it and then just let it sit there for a tiny little bit. Man, does it flatten out my cards really. After watercoloring, I'll throw this on, and it keeps things from curling. Okay. All right, let's throw this on. We're going to go I think we're going to go center and add a slight angle. And now we're just going to add these. All right, where did my U go? It just flew all over, didn't it? That's all right, we'll just grab another one. I should zoom out. You guys would now laugh because I've been throwing stuff all over trying to get many cards done. Oh, there it is. Haha, now that I cut another one, it's right there. Okay, now I'm going to throw a little dimensional on one side and then glue this to overlap onto the flower. So it's going to have to be on this end. And then the U I may just glue either on a petal, or on a leaf, or on the card itself. Let's just see how this looks though. Okay. All right, so this right over those leaves, I think. Like so. Make sure that's straight. And then the U, I might throw right there or right. No, it's going to go right. Yeah. No, right in there. It's going right to the card. Make that quick decision. Okay, there we go. Card number 2. Quick, look at that. I had that was a scrap from a while back. Inside's nice and clean. It was just that front, so that one's done. All right, let's just do one more here. And let's just do, let's see here. I want to see Yeah, I want to do this. I want to do some big strips, and this one was made. I'm going to actually, so you can see I got ickies again. Little icky right there that bled through from this side. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to tape this shut because I don't need to do a card front on this one, but now because it's icky, I'm going to make it blend and do something. Okay. And guess what? You're probably going to guess he's going to ink splatter. Oh yeah, you're right. Great guess. So we're going to ink splatter this. Couple more of you think, hey, Jim Eber, welcome. Hey, Jim, I don't know if you saw them, but here's the first two cards. We're going to try to squeeze in one more, all from my scrap bucket, which is now basically all over my desk. So, and Jim, you should have, and Cordelia, you both should have your packages from the giveaway I have tomorrow. The tracking says it should be there tomorrow. I'm going to look at what scraps I'm going to use for this one so I can match this background a little bit. So I need to decide. That may be one of them. We'll see here. What do I got? Ooh, that might be one of them. I'm trying to matchy colors to this now too. Oh, I don't know. I want to do 3 big strips is my goal here with a sentiment over. And I want more solid strip, but it has to fit my card panel. Oh, check these out. At the bottom here, I have a whole stack of these vintage that were vintage and given away and signed from a friend of mine. She found it in her dad's closet after he passed. I got some cards that are tags that are coming up on that. I actually had, I think those ones might work. Let me just relook one more time. See, this is what takes a little bit of time. We had the butterflies. Where'd my butterflies go? I wonder if I had enough of those butterflies. Ooh, that one. Look at this card that I did not like. I was trying the tissue paper. Might work for this card because I think that kind of matches. And I think this kind of matches. That might work because, man, that card was ugly. I'm telling you. It was my first try at tissue paper and stamping on it, and I don't know what I did. It was a mess. Ooh, package out for delivery. Yay, 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 yay. Okay, I might just go with those 3, I think, actually. A little dark for my liking, but I think they'll work together. I'm just checking my last pile here because oh, there's my butterflies. I don't have enough of it. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I need these at 1 3/4 by 4 1/8. So I'm gonna ink splatter this to blend in my mucky muck on that. And because I've got some oranges and some browns and some silvers, and I wonder if I could just do something a little brighter on that background. Blue would not work, but I can use a little scorched timber. Would look great with that. Little brown and yellow maybe with a little orange. So this might look a little fallish. Ooh, no, we're going to go a little purple because of the purple pulling out that purple and orange goes well. Okay. Distress spray stains, scorched timber. I don't want this to be too saturated. I just need enough to blend in my mucky muck. So I'll go a little heavy in the corner where that mucky muck was, and it's gone. It's that simple, right? Okay, we're gonna leave that. Let me just dry that before I smudge it or throw it over here and it gets smudged from something. And this stuff dries pretty quick. Now I need 3 pieces, 1 3/4 by 4 1/8. Okay, good there. Now we're going to take those 3 pieces and cut those to size. I'm going to try to do, might do a little bit of, keep this up piece out I think. So I need 1 3/4 wide. So 1 3/4 wide by 4 1/8 by 4 1/8. Okay, those go back in my scrap bucket because not throwing those away. Same here. Let's cut up this ugly butt card. I'm going to trim off the card base and that black underneath. It is so thick, you guys. Yeah, I was like, is this even going to cut through? It should. I got to push it down a little bit, but it got thick, it got weird, it got like, I don't know what happened. Oh yeah, I got plenty to do it with, so 4 and what I say, 4 1/8. Like I gotta push to get it through, like it's like cardboard. And I think I use, this is before I discovered, let's just be real here. This is before I discovered gesso. So I was trying to use Mod Podge, until somebody then was like, you need to get yourself some gesso. So, but guess what? It's making a great scrap card. So 4 1/8. I need just a little bit more off of that if I can get it. Nope, no, that works. Get it. It's thick. Like it's so thick. Get that stuff cleaned off. And then I needed 1 3/4. Like it won't even go through the whole thing. Mine is due on Monday. Maybe the mailbox will be defrosted by then. Yeah, I'm hearing like Ohio got a ton of snow yesterday. Some good weather going through, it sounds like. Okay, so there's number 2. And we're going to do one out of this. This is embossed out of a background. I think I did this for a card hop. And I just was like, I can't throw that, waste that embossing. So 4 1/8 by 1 3/4. So there's my 3 pieces. I have done the background. Now I need a sentiment, and I'm actually going to get out. I'm going to get out this box I showed you guys earlier with all the background elements to see if I can find an element in here that'll go with this. Oh man, I wish that wasn't so smudgy because that leaf stamp on that would work great. Let's see, do I have just a simple purple? That purple may work. I might have to ink blend that just a tiny bit. No. That purple's gonna work, I think. Yep. We're going to ink blend that purple just a little bit to darken it. Okay. Let me just grab my, I think we're going to do a little glam on that to deepen that up just a little bit. Last card. We're at 5 after the hour, so last card. All right, I'm just darkening this up, and then I'm going to throw a little probably distress on here for some, just to deepen that and rough that up just a little bit, like so. And I'm going to use some scorched timber. Scorched timber. Where is it? Yeah, a little scorched timber, just to give that an edge. Again, this was scrap, you know, pre-made, just scrap stuff. Yeah, there we go. This would be a great this would be a great thank you card, actually, because the colors, so that it's not too polished, but it can be used any time. I think a thank you card would be good. Let's getting a little, actually look at this, it's getting a little mixed media-ish kind of feel to it, don't you think? Not intentional by no means, but it's just how it's working out. We're going to do a thank you. Let me grab, did I have, let's see. I want to grab a decent thank you stamp. And let's just see if I had a new one. It'd be nice to use a new one that I haven't used. I'm just trying to play with some new stuff. And if not, I already know the set I'll run over and grab here. I don't think I had one with a thank you on it though. Oh, I have a big one, but it's humongous. That would be too big. From Gina K on here. Ooh, here's one. This actually comes with die cuts too, but I'm not going to die cut it. We're going to stamp it. Thank you, right there. We're going to use this new one. Gina K. Let me zoom out just a little bit. My mess is starting to creep in. You got 3 feet coming from, oh my goodness. Or from an hour away got 3 feet. Nope, sorry, don't miss that. Okay, I had grabbed die cuts in case I was going to need them, and I do because I need one that goes on that, so that one will go on the inside of that. Let's grab my my Misty for one final one here. We're going to grab a scrap piece of white paper. If I have a scrap big enough I can use for that, yeah, this will work. Has old embossing for my watercolor challenge on there, but I think once it's down on the card, I can't see through it, so we'll go up in that corner. And I'm just going to go up in this corner here so I don't have to take out my other stamp right now. Pick that up. And we're just going to go, I'm debating if I'm going to throw orange on there. No, simple black is always good. You can't go wrong with simple black. Okay. I did it again. One and done. Like, nice coverage on that. On a new stamp on that one even. Like, that's crazy. That never happens. And I don't even think I primed it. Okay. We're going to die cut this out so in my oval so that it blends, and it's got, yeah, it doesn't look like I've got any other mucky muck from my scrap on there. So hopefully you guys are just getting some ideas. Some of these are like Pinterest ideas and inspiration that I just have been Googled and thought, okay, now I just got to dig through and see if I've got scraps that'll work for these dimensions, and I hadn't really gone through the scrap pile before this, just for the pure purpose of, I kind of wanted this just to be real, so you could kind of see, like, here's what you got to do. I mean, I'm just playing and using up scraps, and I think what would be cool, and I have to commit to this as well, is I don't commit enough time to just scrapping versus making a whole new card and trying to play with a new set. And I'm playing with new stuff. It's not that. But I think we need to commit to, like, maybe I just do like 3 hours in an evening or 3 hours on a Saturday morning. Just commit to getting out the scraps and doing exactly this. Because you could make 4 or 5 cards in a couple hours and make a pack and you got a gift, or it's just stash. It's just stash for you to use, right? I'm going to just do one thing very lightly. Use up some of that purple on the very edge of this. Just barely tapping it in. I don't want it to filter into at all, really. I'm just getting that edge. Very light. Give it a little something, something. You can see, this was the scrap behind there. Okay. Layer that in. Okay, I had one more scrap card base right here, which fits. It was stamped. Actually, it was stamped the right way because this card's going to go this way. This one had a couple dots and things on there. And then the back. The back has some mucky muck right there. You can see it. So we'll cover that too. Okay? And all you do is this. And we might as well go those browns here and that orange in the middle, I think. And I might like it that. Yeah, I think I like that better. So tack these down. And dimensions to make this fit was 1 3/4 by 4 1/8. And I'm just leaving a little edge here. So I'm doing my two ends first, so I get them evenly spaced from the ends of my card. Then I will just center that middle one. Okay, so I just want to make sure that this matches on either side and center this one. And then that should still fit and still have almost identical space between. I'm putting a little extra glue on this one because, yeah, it is like stiff chipboard. That Mod Podge just dried, not how I thought it was going to dry. But the cool thing is here, I got now embossed texture, this texture, and then just painted splatter texture. So I've got 3 different textures on there. Okay. Dimensionals. God, I wish I had time. I took a little too much time trying to figure out my flowers on that first one. I was wanting to do a little fun fold one that I was going to try because I had great size scraps to do some fun folds. But another day. And I think I'm going to do, before I throw this down, it is not on, here's my little sample. It's not on there. I want to throw, because I think I have some, I think I just threw them in here when I cleaned up my scrap room, or my craft room. Yeah, this, I had some other, like, size of the, oh, here they are. I had these gold strips. We're going a little flashy on this. Let me just see if this looks okay. I'm thinking this, and this, and that. I am going to go for it. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do it. And then we're going to throw that sentiment on, and we're done. I felt it was a little plain Jane-ish. I needed a little strip of something behind there. This did call for some dots or something. And I may leave those out. I'm just going to do the strips. Oh, wait a minute, because I can use up this strip, and I can throw that right there. And I wonder if I could do, nope, that might work. I think that just might work. Yep, instead of doing 2 strips this way, I'm going to do this and throw that little sentiment right there. Then it gives it some purpose, I think. It's a little bit more purposeful. I'm going to bring that in just a little bit because then I can, my sentiment can be a little bit more centered. Okay, this actually, I'm like, now I'm happy with this. Now I'm happy with this. My aunt in Connecticut had some lake effect off. Oh, goodness. We lived on a lake in Minnesota, and so not Lake Michigan. It's not the same lake effect. I know. But, so there's a little smudgy there that I'm seeing now. So I am going to take, my, do I have, let's see, yellow, orange. We're going to take orange. or that. What color is that? Moroccan Flame. I gotta see what color this is before I throw that down. That actually, let me see. That one or this one? Nope, that's too bright. So that one. I'm gonna throw little Moroccan Flame Nouveau drops over my mucky muck. Now the true test is if Shawn can like not smudge these off kilter only because I'm covering mucky muck. Okay? So no judging. No judging on the unevenness. I'm covering mucky muck. And look at what I did. I should have cut this off first. So let's just try to see if I can do this without. I don't use Nouveau drops a ton, and it seems like I need to, when I do them, to learn to not touch it until it's dry. Okay, here you go. What do we think? Last card, what do we think? We liking it? I was going to throw this on that purple, but and I should have, but I did the white. So we're going to not do that. Okay, let me grab the other two and just, I'll show you face forward here too, but here we are with my 3 cards, all from scraps. And I think these are cute, right? Gold ties all the strips. I think so too, Jim. That's why I was like, last minute, I was like, I need a strip. And then I was going to do purple or something to match this, but then the gold, I think, makes these work even better together. Because they were kind of, to be honest, I thought, but then that just tied it all together. This is a little coppery-ish, orangey, but I think those work. I wasn't too sure about those, but I think those work. Third is your favorite, Cordelia, really? I was thinking, this I feel like was going to be my favorite because the simplicity, and I never do anything white like this. This is, I think, the first time ever I've done a stamp just white. I'm going to have to agree with you. I think this is my first favorite, second favorite, third favorite. Ooh, silver might have worked too. Yeah, I agree, silver might have worked. Gold makes it a little classy too. But I think these are great cards. I really think these are great cards. Let me show you face forward. So this is card number 1. And I only show face forward because this camera got better color and focuses better. So that's card number 1. Card number 2. And see if I can get in on that and get that to... There we go. This was scrap because it got a little... I just feel like it blended out. It just, whatever I was doing it for, just didn't work, that whole panel, but I think it works now. And then my last one, I think that's like nice and rich, don't you? There we go. This one got so, whoops, this one got so mucky, but I think it works there. There's my 3 cards. We're not going to get in 5 because I'm way over what I really wanted to do for today. So thanks for hanging with me, you guys. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys hanging so very much. I will do lives every Thursday for sure. This was just kickoff Scrappy Shorts for 2025. 2 quick things. I have a new series coming out. My Monday moments are going to go to every other Monday. Every other Monday between there. I had this idea and it's launching on Monday. I'm doing a series called, okay, I'll try that. And this is all these like trendy things that are out there that I normally don't typically try unless I know I card out, like using the ring of a jar and putting it down and watercoloring and stuff. So those types of things. I've never used baby wipes. I've never used shaving cream. So it's one of these things that I'm going to try that I've seen. If I find it from somebody else, I will get their permission and I will share who it's from. If it's not my idea, if it's a trendy TikTok thing, I'll call that out. But it's just stuff I haven't tried that I want to show people, hey, you can try this. So this coming Monday is going to be my, okay, I'll try that first series, and then Monday moments start next week, so every other Monday. So there you have it. And then don't forget, this Thursday the 9th, I'm going live with Biddy Penny, and we're going to be using some of her designer paper. She's going to be using probably her new stuff. I've got her Queen's paper. So excited Biddy's going to be live with me on my channel. So come back on Thursday and hang with Biddy and I, because it's really going to be fun. I got some really great ideas for her Queen's paper. She always does fabulous cards, and that paper is amazing. So come back and hang with us on Thursday the 9th at 7 p.m. And then don't forget, hit that like and subscribe button. Would love to have you follow me on Instagram and YouTube and hang with me. And this is my format. This is just how I do stuff, and I love that you guys hang with me. And I've got a ton of new stuff, new products that I haven't even tried. That's 2 big, huge buckets sitting here that I bought on sale at Christmas, and stamped timber stuff I haven't used yet, and the Black Friday sales that I have. I went a little overboard, but I got some new stuff that I needed to build up some stash. So, guys, thanks for hanging with me, and until next time, I will see you then.